The last project manager here today is Stefan Ebner, who is coordinating, has been a massive force behind the co-creative labs that we think is new meeting places for the business and the cities to work together. Thank you, Stefan.
So thank you for the invitation. I'm really delighted to be here. It's nearly 3 years ago, so I think we joined as one of the first United Smart City partners, and I don't regret it because I learned a lot. When we started, and to know a little bit about my background, I have two hearts. I was a musician in my first life, and I studied computer science, so I tackled it like each technology will save this show. No? Now, after 3 years in this journey, I think there's a lot of complexity outside, and I would just revise my statement a little bit to technology will be an enabler, not a savior. And so we shifted all our initiative a little bit to more the real doing, because I think now the more key factor of getting things done will be the empowerment, and empowerment just can be done on a local level with local communities. So we pushed out the last 12 months all our energy in enabling our local community in Vienna and really getting real projects off the ground. And as Kari said, everyone can join, but at least you should have an idea what you're working on. That's the only thing to access this co-creation lab. So basically the lab is structured super simple. It's curated, not dominated. That means everyone can join. We want to build up this local community based in Vienna. So co-creation is our main focus. That means we have a lot of corporates there, we have startups there, we have kids there, we have students there, and they work on real initiatives, from small ones, just for the neighborhood, to more global ones. The second thing is events. No, we curate, and 2020 we'll have around 200 events, super small one, but also events sharing experience. No? So it will not be these meta events about where we'll be in 10, 20 years. I think we all know the challenges, but it will be about people share stuff, and we're also going to have this video community that everyone can access this local knowledge. No? And the third one, and this is my NGO and my passion, to be honest, besides being an entrepreneur, I think education, sustainable education is the foundation about everything. And so we spend a lot of time in empowering kids, especially like dropouts, migrants, to teach them to become entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs is also mean with this power and energy you can also like really change your local community. Yeah? So quickly some pictures. We have this Smart Cities United event, so we turned it around because I think it should be more a statement. So we'll run this monthly, bi-monthly in Vienna, and hopefully we can also bring others to do similar events. Here we have some nice events we already did, as you see with Kari and a lot of UN. It was the launch of the lab. So now we're going to the next level. So you can basically book in, you can buy a membership, super simple, like a desk, or you can book in a lab, and sure, it's based that corporates and private sector need to pay this show, no? And I'm from the private sector, and we should not be surprised that probably kids and cities, and they don't have the funds that we should dedicate. The second thing we already built, and is also was an amazing initiative. This was our tech. We spent a lot in building these SDGs and doing the visualization, and it helped us a lot to understand the problems much better. No? So as you see, this was one of the KPI dashboards we built, and we're also happy to contribute this as an open source to anyone who wants to use it, no? Because I think this asset cannot be something we should really make money off. This is something we should share it and not reinventing the wheel. Another project we're working on, and this is work in progress with a couple of partners. This is a neighborhood application focusing more like what's going on around where I live. Because what we learned is in cities, there's not even a city. The smaller you can address problems and solutions locally, the easier you will have the buy-in of the citizen. No? So at the end, this concept is more like an open source blueprint. That means we also want to share this co-creation experience. We want to really like start sharing it and with a blueprint, and anyone could open up this concept. No? So we don't want to own it. We just want to help you guys to get jump started. And at the end, just like 3 quick thoughts from myself. I think the first two are for the private sector. This is not a topic we should think about commercialization on a short term. I think it's more our duty to contribute back to the cities where we have been founded or we operate in. Secondly, I think a smart city needs also smart and sustainable corporates and organization, because the future people we want to work for us, they also will expect us to be sustainable organization. And I think this really matters. And so we should start making ourselves sustainable, including myself, and we should put much more in this. And third of all, like I said before, this school and this education is also something we all should rethink. No? And as I said before, we have the Tribe School, what is also an NGO, and we have our first year, so we are teaching kids and dropouts to become entrepreneurs instead of being at school. And to be honest, it was amazing to see the results. They also already built some really amazing project, and I think together we can really make something big happen. And yeah, let's just be patient. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Stefan. I think this has given you a little flavor of some of the projects in the U4CC implementation program and where we are intending to go moving forward. With this, I would like to just officially ask for an approval of these projects within the U4CC implementation program and request that each leader that is here today, but also the other ones that is listed, will report regularly into the progress of each of the progress.